Have you ever looked around and wondered why some businesses just fail? They have access to the same books, the same software, the same advice from experts, and yet most of them just can't seem to get any real results. It's a huge paradox in the business world, and today we are going to crack it wide open. It's kind of wild when you think about it. Something like 99% of businesses that try to put a new system in place, they make the same mistakes again and again. I mean, all the checklists, the books, the webinars, they're all out there. You can literally ask an AI to spit out a step-by-step plan for you. So if the tools are available to everyone, why does it only seem to work for that tiny 1%? Well, it turns out the problem isn't the system at all.
It all starts with a super simple but really powerful question that almost everyone forgets to ask. And that brings us to the first huge problem, doing stuff without really knowing why you're doing it.
So let me tell you a quick story. There was this client, right, totally caught up in the AI hype, and they come in demanding a new AI assistant. The consultant asks them a simple question. What for? What exactly do you need this thing to do? And you know what? The client had no idea. After 2 weeks of just struggling to write up a technical plan, the whole project gets shelved. The excuse? It's just not the right time. The reality? They had the how, the cool AI tool, but they never ever had a why. And this, right here, this is the core of the whole issue. On one side, you've got the system. That's the how. It's your checklists, your software, your scripts. And on the other side, you've got the vision. That's your why. It's your goal, your destination, the whole reason you're even in the game. A system without a vision is just a whole lot of motion without any direction. You're just spinning your wheels. Here's another perfect example. A client and a web developer were practically at each other's throats over a website that had gone completely off the rails. A consultant comes in and asks one thing. Where's the technical specification? Dead silence. After a super awkward pause, they dig through their emails and find it. A blurry photo of a note handwritten on a scrap of paper. That was their vision. And the big lesson here is that a technical specification isn't just some boring document. It's the vision made real, something tangible. Without it, you just get chaos. But okay, let's say you have a clear vision. There's another, much bigger obstacle that can derail pretty much any business, and it has nothing to do with plans or tools. It's all about what's going on inside the owner's head. So according to a business mentor, Alessia Nitzevich, a staggering 70%, that's right, 70% of all business problems don't come from bad processes or a flawed strategy. They come directly from the owner's mindset. We're talking about their fears, their beliefs, their whole psychology. Only 30% are actual nuts and bolts business issues, which means most business owners are out there trying to fix the wrong problem.
Okay, take the classic issue of massive unpaid invoices, accounts receivable. On the surface, it looks like a simple cash flow problem, right? But if you dig a little deeper, psychologically, it's often a symptom of an owner who doesn't feel they're worth it. They're so terrified of clients leaving that they'll let them get away with anything. They get to keep up the illusion of having this successful business with lots of clients, but there's no actual money in the bank. They're solving their fear, not running a business. In this kind of flawed mindset, it almost always leads to one of the most destructive habits in management, what we call the illusion of control. But really, it's just a cycle of self-sabotage.
Check out this pattern a consultant noticed in a client who couldn't keep employees. First, the owner would just dump a ton of tasks on his team. Then, poof, he'd disappear for 3 weeks. No check-ins, nothing. He'd show up right before the deadline, see that things weren't perfect, and just explode with anger. And the final step? He'd roll up his sleeves, heroically redo all the work himself, and reinforce his own toxic belief. See? No one can do it but me. And here's the absolute key. Being a micromanager or a last-minute hero isn't control. It just means you're the bottleneck. Real control comes from building a system with clear checkpoints, empowering your team, and then actually trusting them to do their jobs. It's about being a leader, not just a doer.
So how do we bring this all together? It's not about choosing between a system or a vision. It's about understanding that the two have to work together. Think of them like the head and the heart of a living, breathing thing.
Think of it this way. Your system, that's the head. It's all logic, structure, process, data. It's cold and rational. Your vision, that's the heart. That's the purpose, the passion, the direction, the energy. And one without the other is absolutely doomed. A heart without a head is just pure chaos. And a head without a heart, well, that's just a machine with no purpose.
This brings us to a really common way this all goes wrong: business partnerships. A lot of them are started from a place of weakness or what you might call insufficiency. One founder has a little bit of money, the other has some skills. They team up to fill in each other's gaps, not because they share this powerful, unified vision. And without that shared heart, it's only a matter of time before they start pulling in different directions, and the whole thing just tears itself apart.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to really think about. Take a look at your own work, your own business. Is it just a collection of checklists and processes, basically a set of instructions just waiting to be followed? Or is it something more? Is it the living, breathing embodiment of a clear, powerful vision? Because the answer to that question, that makes all the difference in the world.